Welcome to Roma Loves Yoga. Today we continue our journey through the kleshas, exploring devesha, aversion or dislike, which when we come back to the Yoga Sutras is defined as identification with what we don't like, meaning when we start to define ourselves and the way that we relate to the world around us in terms of good, things we shouldn't avoid, and bad, things we should. While this may serve a good purpose, it can become problematic when we fixate on our personal tastes, leading us to fight things beyond our control or judge others that do not strictly agree with our own views. During our practice today, we may find that there are asanas we prefer that we consider good, and we may avoid those that we dislike, even though it is often those movements that will open the body and stretch it differently. Similarly, we may avoid the things that we consider bad in our lives, but in doing so, we may remain closed off or unable to embrace the things in life that we cannot change. Just take a moment now to commit to your practice today and to move through what you may like to ordinarily avoid. Just bring some small movements to the body now, and then gently bring in the knees towards the chest one by one, interlacing the fingers round the shins. Gently rock from side to side to get a gentle massage in the lower spine, and then take the hands out to the side of you, palms facing down in towards the floor. Just engage the core and then allow the knees to slowly fall all the way to the right hand side. Feel free to bring the knees closer to the top of the mat if you want to. You can take the palms to face up towards the ceiling. Just allow the legs to relax fully and feel the lower back release into the mat. Just take a breath here, just noticing how the body feels today. And then we're just going to take the left hand to meet the right on the inhale. And then as you exhale, float the hand up towards the ceiling, opening across the body. Take that breath and movement and synchronize them now. Inhaling as you bring the hands together, exhaling as you take them away. Move at your own pace and just notice the release all the way down the spine from the neck all the way to the base as you move through that pose. Let's all meet in our open arms. Turn the palms to face back down towards the floor. Pull the belly button in towards the spine. Use those core muscles to bring the knees back up to the top now. Take the left leg and extend it down towards the floor. And then just bring the hand towards the shin, maybe sliding it down towards the ankle or the outside of the right foot. Taking the right sole of the foot up towards the ceiling for a half happy baby pose. Gently encourage the knee towards the shoulder, pushing the foot into the hand or the ankle into the hand, whatever you've taken, just so you can feel that stretch in the right hip. And release that foot down towards the floor. And just roll onto your left side here. Just prop the head up with the hand, elbows into the floor, and then just create a kickstand with that left leg now, so bending at the knee, and then take the right foot in the right hand and bend the knee as well. We're just going to stretch that big thigh muscle, so just pull the knee back towards you, squeezing the top of the foot into the hand and then release. Do that once more and releasing, and then one more time and release. Bring the toes to touch and then just shimmy up onto your forearm now. We're going to do the clam here, wakening up that right glute muscle. So as we open the knees on the inhale, exhale, close them, and just moving through, moving with your breath, pausing after you've done 5, and then taking a deep breath in. Send that exhalation to where you've built up that heat in the buttock, and let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Taking a breath in, send that exhalation towards the glute. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breath in, exhale, send that breath towards that muscle, and then just gently bring yourself up to seated. Bring the right foot so that it's close to the body. The heel is in the midline of the body. The left foot is one hand step further away. Bring the hands to the side of the body. Lengthen through that spine as you take an inhale. As you exhale, forward fold over the legs here. Just start to feel that sensation in the hips and the groin. Coming down as far as feels good for you. Make sure you've released the head down to the floor so you can feel that tension release in the back of the neck. Taking one breath in here and one breath out. And then moving one step towards the right hand side, staying in the forward fold and just feeling that stretch down the left hand side of the body. Maybe noticing a slightly deeper stretch in the back of that hip on the left hand side. One more breath here. Gently bring the torso back up. Then take that left foot and bend it the other way, so you're in a mermaid pose now. Then from here, float the right hand up towards the ceiling and lean towards the left hand side. Take a breath in and release a breath out. And bring yourself back up to center. And then from here, just rock up onto the fingertips, and then you're going to slide that left leg behind you, coming into a pigeon pose now. Make sure that right foot is flexed to protect the right knee. Feel free to bring the buttock down onto any props that you want to. And let's start with the fingertips in front of us, stretching through that torso. Taking a deep breath in here. Now if you want to, you can bring yourself down onto your forearms here, or maybe even all the way down to the mat. Or feel free to prop the forehead up on blocks or pillows, anything that feels good for you. Use that breath now. Send it to those areas where you feel a moment of tension or any tightness, and just allow that exhalation to to relax those places so you can feel the muscle unwinding with each exhalation. One more breath here. And then if you brought yourself down, just start to bring yourself up onto your fingertips now. And then from here, just allow yourself to remove any props and then leaning towards the right hand side so you can come onto the buttocks here, placing the fingertips beside you, soles of the feet into the mat, and allow the windscreen wipe of the knees, keeping those bony parts of the bottom into the floor, just releasing the hips a bit here. Now find yourself in box, just preparing for our downward dog and pushing the hips back and high, just making sure the weight is moving through the base of the thumb here, the fingers are spread. Move that chest back towards the thighs and drop a little bit of that tension in the head down towards the earth. On the in-breath, taking that right foot, heel up towards the ceiling, and then just allowing that right foot to fall towards the left buttock, opening up that right hip here. Just take some little ankle circles, maybe going clockwise and then anti-clockwise. And then pushing back into the heel to square off the hips. We're going to come into a low lunge. Feel free to move through a box if you want to. And bring that left knee down towards the floor. Take both arms up towards the ceiling on the in-breath. And as you exhale, bring the left elbow towards the outside of the right knee, coming into a prayer twist here. Just take a few breaths, maybe fixing the gaze on that right elbow. And then coming up, bring the hands to heart center, making sure the tail is still tucked here. Place the left hand on the floor, float the right hand up towards the ceiling, and as you exhale, bring it back down towards the floor. Take that right foot behind you so you come into a box, and we're either going to push into a full plank here or move the weight forwards, making sure you're pushing everything away from the floor, drawing that belly button up towards the spine. As we exhale, tucking the elbows, bringing the chest and the rest of the body down towards the floor, pushing up into our cobra, zipping the feet together, hands underneath the shoulders. Exhale, bring the torso back down. Inhale, coming up to box. Exhale, pushing up to your downward dog. Set the hands here, set the feet hip distance apart, move the chest towards the thighs. Take any movement that feels good for you, make sure that you are breathing. Gentle bend in the knee, looking up towards the hands. Walk those feet up to meet them, coming into a forward fold. Make sure the feet are at least hip distance apart here. Take hold of either elbow with the opposite hand and just allow the head to be heavy, maybe just swaying from side to side for a ragdoll here. Coming to stillness, placing the left hand on the floor in front of you, floating the right hand up towards the ceiling. Feel free to bend that left leg here so you can really open up. One more breath, and exhale, bring the hand back down. Inhale, coming into a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming all the way up to your mountain pose, taking the hands up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bringing them back down to heart center. Just heel toe those feet a little bit wider now, taking them out to 10 and 2. Inhale, floating the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, bring them down through heart center and come and take a seat in your yogi squat. Keep the torso long, taking a deep breath in, using those elbows to open. Exhale. Gently find the buttocks, coming all the way down towards the floor and roll all the way back down onto your back. Bring in both knees towards the chest, just interlacing over the shins. Take that rock from side to side, gentle massage for the lower spine. Take the hands out beside you. Engage that core, knees falling to the left hand side this time. Feel free to take the hands up towards the ceiling here. Feel free to bring the knees closer to the top of the mat. Do what feels good for that lower spine. Then with the breath, let's bring the hands to meet on the inhale. Exhale, opening across the body. Moving with your breath, synchronizing breath with movement. Just allowing yourself to feel really open as you take the hand beside you. Notice how the neck feels, how the mid-spine feels, and how your lower spine feels as you move through this meditation. Then pausing on your open arms, turning the palms to face down towards the floor, pulling the belly button in towards the spine. Use that core to bring the legs up towards the top again. This time extending the right leg down towards the mat, bringing the left knee in towards the shoulder. Sliding the hand down towards the ankle or the outside of the left foot, taking the sole of the foot up towards the ceiling. Encouraging that left knee towards the shoulder for your half happy baby. Noticing that sensation in the left hip. It may be different to the other side. That's absolutely fine. Just breathe here. Releasing the foot. And let's roll onto our right hand side this time. Just bring yourself so that you're propped up, the head is propped on the hand. Your right leg is now forming a kickstand, taking the left foot in the left hand, bringing the knees to touch. Then just encouraging the knee back, pushing the left foot into the left hand and releasing. And doing that once more. You should feel a stretch down that big thigh muscle. One last time. And pausing here. Bring the feet to touch and then bring yourself up onto your forearm. We're going to do that clam motion once more. So taking a breath in, releasing a breath out, and then opening and closing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breath in. Send the exhalation to the heat. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in. Exhale, sending the exhalation to where you feel that heat building. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breath in and breath out. Bring yourself up to seated using the hands here. This time you're going to have the left heel towards the body. The right foot is going to be one hand length away. And then bringing the fingertips to the sides, extending through the torso on your inhale. Exhale, bring yourself over into your forward fold, releasing the head down to the floor. Just taking a breath in. Exhale, sending it towards the groin and the hips where you might feel the sensation starting to build. Taking one more breath here. And then coming towards the left hand side now in that forward fold. Maybe noticing the sensation move towards the outside of the right hip or the back of the right hip here at the base of the spine. Again, using that breath. Releasing a breath out. And slowly bring yourself back up. This time reversing the bend of the right knee, coming into your mermaid pose. And floating the left hand up towards the ceiling on an inhale. Exhale, leaning towards the right hand side. Taking a deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then bringing your torso back up. Just rocking up onto the knees, use the hands here, and sliding that right foot behind you now, bending, flexing that left heel even to protect that left knee. Using any props underneath the right buttock here, so you can come and settle into your pigeon pose. Just check out that back leg, the knee isn't falling from one side to the other. Stretching the torso to begin with, and then if you want to, coming down onto your forearms, or maybe the head can come all the way down towards the floor. Just do what feels good for your body. Try and match what you did on the other side if you can, and just pausing here. So releasing, using the exhalation, letting go of those big muscles, that tightness, that tension. Let's pause here for 2 more breaths. If you've come all the way down, just bringing yourself now back up onto your fingertips, removing any props from underneath you and just gently moving yourself onto your buttocks, soles of the feet into the floor. Just take that windscreen wiping motion, releasing the hips a little bit. And working our way into our box before we slide the hands away from us. Spreading into those fingertips, tucking the toes, moving into our downward dog, allowing the chest to move towards the thighs, feeling that stretch through the spine. Taking a breath here, releasing a full breath out. As you inhale, taking the left heel up towards the ceiling, and then just allowing the right foot to fall towards the right hand side, opening up that left hip, taking some circles through the ankle here from one side to the other, and then pushing into that heel once more, squaring the hips off, either moving through your box or coming into your low lunge with the left foot at the top of the mat. Just pausing here before we bring ourselves up, taking the hands up towards the ceiling, and then as we exhale, bringing that right elbow towards the outside of the left knee, bringing the hands to prayer, just coming into our twist, maybe taking the gaze towards that left elbow, and just pausing here, enjoying that gentle twist through the spine. Bringing ourselves back to our crescent lunge with hands to heart center. Right hand comes down towards the mat, floating the left hand up towards the sky. And exhale, bring it back down. Taking that left knee back into our box position, either pushing up to our full plank or pushing the weight forwards. Making sure everything is moving away from the floor. The belly button is pulling towards the spine. Tuck those elbows as you exhale and bring the chest and everything else down towards the floor. Inhale, moving into our cobra, zipping those legs together. Exhale, bring the torso back down. Inhale, coming through our box. Exhale, pushing into our downward dog. Just pausing here. Taking a full breath in. Releasing a full breath out. Let all that air escape. Bend the knees slightly, looking up towards the hands. Take the feet up to meet them. Just allow the feet to be at least hip distance apart, taking those elbows, swaying from side to side in your ragdoll. Just allow that tension to fall down towards the mat. Pausing, taking that right hand down on the floor, floating the left hand up towards the ceiling, bending through that right knee now, feeling that openness as you get your gentle twist. Bringing the hand back down towards the floor and just curling up in towards a tiny ball now, bringing the buttocks close towards the floor and just rolling all the way down back to your lying down position. Take up space on your mat, just allow your body to absorb your practice today. And just know that the best way to address Devasha is to notice when we are looking at the world in a way that is purely black and white. When we think of events or experiences as right or wrong. And perhaps take a step back to reconsider and to notice the in-between. Recognize this pattern of thinking, maybe pausing and asking, do I need the outcome of this situation to be a certain way? Could it be possible that the very thing I don't want to happen happens right now, and I am still able to maintain my peace in spite of that? By noticing our default pattern and redirecting ourselves, we may be able to move through pain and return back to a place of ease.